I remember when I realized, oh my God, I think I'm a codependent.
So the term codependence has been, used a lot, and I'm wondering how that applies to what we're talking about in relationships, and what does it mean for someone who defines themselves as a codependent to be in a relationship, and why do we struggle so much with that?
It's something that I took great pains to try to explain. I find that there are so many books and so many different variations of a definition of codependency. So I wanted to simplify it. And codependency is a codependent is someone who in a relationship always worries about someone else's love, respect, and care needs, but is not able to get the same in return. And they seem to always pick that person who can't return that, much like a dancing couple. If you think of you need someone who is going to lead the dance and you need someone who's going to follow the dance, and for that to work out, people have to maintain their respective roles. Well, the codependent is the caretaker, and they feel so comfortable with the care needer or the narcissist, and it repeats itself over and over again until someone changes their role.
And one of the things I like keeping in mind is your partner, no matter what they are acting like, they're really longing to be a hero or a shero in your life. Like they're wanting to be a great dance partner. And I used to keep making such lists about things Harville was doing wrong. And I was convinced he was just making horrible mistakes in our relationship. And I convinced him he was making horrible, and that, if you keep defeating your partner with all they're doing wrong instead of empowering them to do something right for you, ask for shoulder massage, ask for hot chocolate at night, ask for a flower, or
So you're talking about it's the shift from nagging, whining, and complaining, which I call the three Scrooges, to asserting what you want and helping the other person to feed you and nourish you.
Small, tiny things, and let them win at something. Let them come through for you a little bit, and then they'll begin to come out of that shell, that narcissistic shell, and go, oh, maybe I am capable of
and not
feeling.
Expect them to read your mind and then be disappointed. Is that what you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
All of us, the narcissist and the codependent, loves to live in the victim place. Our partner isn't doing that. That's low brain living. And asking for what you want. If you ask those narcissists what they want, they won't be able to tell you what they want. And you have to make it safe enough and even give them suggestions, let them have multiple choice until they tell you. So we all have to learn to stay out of the victim place and ask for little things that we want every day so our partner gets in the habit of becoming the beloved of our dreams.
As I'm listening to this, I'm thinking to myself, which I often do, even with clients, is, how does this apply to me and my experience? And because I learn the best from my own experience. And I remember when I realized, oh my God, I think I'm a codependent. Like never would have identified with that, but realized, wow, I've been a caretaker, a fixer my entire life. That's been my identity. And when I went through a process of realizing I have to take these certain hats off to learn who I am, my true authentic self, and not over-identify with the role or with the thing that I've done all this time, I realized, wow, that's what I've been. I've been a codependent all this time. And partly it was just about understanding that, okay, that's fine, but I need to bring that into balance. Like I don't want to be my mother, who was the victim, right? And I don't want to be the narcissist, who are, the partner that I was in relationship with. So, I have to own both sides of that for myself and realize where I fit in all of that and what is my truth in all of that.
It just occurred to me that whether you're the codependent or you're the narcissist, what do you really want? You want to be loved. So the codependent is thinking, well, if I give and give and give to you, you'll be like the parent I never had. You'll see how wonderful I am, and now you'll give me love. And then the poor narcissist never had the right kind of love and thinks, well, if you keep feeding me, I'll fill my empty well. So they're both really the same at the core, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think I'd like to differentiate a little bit in the conversation. Basically, all of the labels that we have looked at are basically different refined descriptions of two people who are frightened. And that what the question that seems to be helpful is to ask that question. What is so terrifying that you remain in this particular position?
They're both longing for connection,
They're both
and
longing
they're
for
frightened
connection.
And
about
afraid to
getting
ask
it.
Right.
for it.
They're
because-
longing.
Right.
Yeah, because something terrible would happen if they changed their defensive stance. That would be more terrible than the misery of their defensive stance.
So something terrible would happen if they asked for what they needed. And I think this topic is so important. If you're in a relationship where you feel like you're not getting your needs met and you can't even identify what you want because it's so scary to think about asking for your needs to be met, contact a therapist who has experience working with relationships. And if you're in a relationship where this is the dynamic, get a good couples therapist today.